Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, Kalonzo has hinted at forming a shadow cabinet, or what you can as well call a kitchen cabinet. So this strategy of a shadow cabinet or a kitchen cabinet is not a new thing. Raila is the first opposition leader here in Kenya to introduce such a method of having a kitchen cabinet, or rather a shadow cabinet, that oversees the government institutions. I mean, this is one of the best things to do to keep the government in check, especially that is what's being done by Morara Cabeso, because Morara has been exposing a lot of ghost projects, a lot of white elephant projects, and we talked about this in our previous analysis. So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to focus on a statement that Kalonzo issued on his plan, and this is what he said.
When we say we go to the street, it will be Gen Z plus millennial plus even their grandmothers may come out. We're going to form a shadow cabinet. And Gen Z is a Gen Zote. Mutashirikishwa. We must, when I say to fight these people from every corner, from every ministry, every principal secretary, whatever, right? They will be held accountable, and we work with the Gen Zs.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. So before we expound on this, because it is so important that we also establish what is it that Kalonzo Musyoka wants to do apart from a shadow cabinet. Is Kalonzo Musyoka going to organize demonstrations? Is he going to do that? Is he going to organize some mass action? Is he going to launch some strategies like product boycott? What is Kalonzo Musyoka going to use, or what kind of arsenal does Kalonzo Musyoka have to make him push William Samoei Ruto further? Because we understand Ruto has embarked on a campaign strategy, because someone talked about Ruto clinging on the fact that Raila Amolo Odinga has ascended to the AUC contest. Now Nyanza iko up for grab. Now he can actually go there and force the people, or rather convince the people into his basket, and he's already doing it. So before we get further this analysis, please like this video. It's so important if you like this video. And by the way, I am so grateful for everybody who has been supporting this channel. Without you, this channel cannot grow. You like our videos, you subscribe to our channel, share our videos. We are so grateful for that. Please continue doing it. Now, Kalonzo Musyoka is doing the right thing. Honestly, I agree with the latest strategy, because this is what Kalonzo Musyoka is supposed to have done, rather than having so many press conferences whereby we see people like Babayao, Ferdinand Waitito. I mean, people like, some of those leaders who were impeached or rejected by the people. Instead of Kalonzo Musyoka constantly doing some Mount Kenya tour, Kalonzo Musyoka is headed in the right direction. He has to set up a shadow cabinet or a kitchen cabinet that will oversee those cabinet secretaries, departments. So this is the right thing to be done. And Kalonzo is promising that to incorporate even the Gen Zs into his shadow cabinet. Now, one thing that Kalonzo Musyoka needs to understand is that he needs to focus on numbers. If you just set up a shadow cabinet of people who are not going to add value, then this will be a lost cause. So another thing that bothers my mind is, how is Kalonzo Musyoka going to juggle between being the kind of person that he has always been in, because someone who doesn't like to attend mandamanos, who doesn't like to call mandamanos, how is he going to transit to that kind of person who can call mass action and everybody responds? Let me tell you something about Raila Amolo Odinga that many leaders don't have. And this is something that Atwoli echoed some times ago. Atwoli said, the only two people who can call for a holiday and Kenyans stay away from going to work is one, Raila. Second is the president of the Republic of Kenya. Those are only two people. And Kalonzo Musyoka and Atwoli was trying to tell people that Raila is a bit different from other leaders. You know, being someone in opposition, he could call for a boycott of products, and then the relevant companies would suffer. You see, we saw this with the 2017, the boycott. Now, Kalonzo must do more than just a shadow cabinet formulation. Right now, what Morara is doing has been received well by Kenyans. And I think part of his cabinet, he might want to incorporate Morara Kabeso, or Morara Kabeso might reject that offer to still be solo, because the moment he finds himself in that shadow cabinet, then he shall have taken political side. And that is one thing that Morara Kabeso is saying. He doesn't want to be party to. He doesn't want to take a political side. His only intention is to expose things. So personally, I agree with the statement or the stand of Kabeso. But I don't want to talk much about Morara, because there's another video I've talked about him, because there's that clash between him and Hussein Mohammed on JK Live. So there's a video I've talked about that. So I believe you must have seen that video, or you just watch it. It's about Morara and Hussein Mohammed clashing in front of Jeff Koinange. So, ladies and gentlemen, the strategy of kitchen cabinet or shadow cabinet is something that the world leaders, most of the opposition leaders in the world, have always used as a method to try to keep government departments on check. Let's say, for example, a department like Mbadi's department, Treasury. Kalonzo might want to appoint someone, but the only problem is, will these people get funding? You know, that's another challenge with the shadow cabinet. So keeping that shadow cabinet in check and making sure that it's functional requires, again, finance. Because if you are appointed as a shadow cabinet, you expect some privileges to come with it. You expect some financial aid. So the question is Wiper in that position where it can finance this shadow cabinet? So that is why I realized, I think that this is not going to work, because some of those leaders who shall have been appointed have their own interests. They might want to keep the government in check, but again, they'll have some other interests. How will they get financial assistance? How will they traverse the country to inspect some projects and expose the relevant government entities? The Treasury CS also will have a shadow CS who oversees him. So this person will also want to have some way of digging into the Treasury books and finding out loopholes, things which can expose the government further. So it's not something that is very easy to introduce and have it run successfully without funding. It requires funding, some kind of a token, you know, for that person who assumes that role, because you're like number 2 in that docket. How are you going to counter-check someone who is being paid a lot? Because for that person, the shadow cabinet secretary, for that person to execute that role well, he must be one that is above integrity, one that cannot be bought. You know, if you can be bought, then you're not going to serve the interests of Kenyans. You will only be protecting that cabinet secretary. So Kalonzo's strategy is right, but requires funding. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this strategy by Kalonzo? Because personally, at Okoa Katiba, Kalonzo made known his intention.
We say we go to the street, it will be Gen Z plus millennial plus even their grandmothers may come out. Because it's not going to be easy. Because we must save our motherland. We will not allow them to make this country a banana republic. Never.
Remember, there's a time I told you that the Kioni people, Eugene Omara, they have been coalescing around the Gen Z movement to try to assume that they are the leaders, the de facto leaders of Gen Zs. But that's not the case. If you look at the people who attended RUTO's rally in Nyanza yesterday, those people, the numbers there, would you say that there are no Gen Zs there? You know, this politics is all about numbers. So I think calculations must be done. This aspect of coalescing around Gen Zs, and you very well know that Gen Zs have political stand. Despite the fact that they say that they don't have a political alienation to any, but you see they have leaders they always favor. So I think that's why Kalonzo needs to look at this matter extensively and not just find himself in a position where he doesn't benefit. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there. But what do you think about this strategy by Kalonzo? Just go below in your comment section and you can offer a reaction. So perhaps if you're watching this video and have not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.